My name is Leah and I will be taking you through a core flow today. So we're going to start practice in a tabletop position and we'll just take circles, rolling out the wrist. And then going in the opposite direction. Just warming up our wrists. All right, now we'll come into some cat-cows. Inhaling, drawing the belly down, hips up, chin up. Exhale, we're going to round out, tucking the tailbone, bringing the chin towards the chest. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rounded. 2 more like this. Inhale, drop the belly down. Exhale, rounded. Inhale, and then exhale. 1 more. Inhale, and then exhale. We're going to come into a bird dog position. So we'll take the left hand forward, tent onto the fingertips, taking the right foot back, and then lifting your arm and your leg up. And then we're going to curl in, tucking the knee in towards the elbow, bringing everything into the center. And then releasing, coming all the way back out. We'll do this 2 more times on this side, bringing everything into the center. And then extending all the way back out. 1 more time, bringing it into the center. And then all the way back out. Dropping the hand and the leg, and we'll come on to the other side. So taking the right hand out in front, left foot back, and then bringing everything up. Bringing everything into center, tucking everything tight, and then extending back out. Bringing everything back into center, and then extending everything back out. 1 more time. Bringing it into center, and then stretching it all the way back out. Releasing the hand and leg down. We're going to tuck the toes and press into the palms, and we'll lift our hips up and back, coming into our first downward dog. For this downward dog, we'll take our feet just a little bit wider than you normally do. You can bend your knees as much as you'd like. We're trying to bring the hip bones up and back as much as we can while engaging the core and strongly pulling the navel into the spine. We'll take 3 breaths here. We'll rise up onto our toes, bend the knees, step or hop to the front of the mat, coming into a half lift. Exhale, fold in. And then we'll inhale, rise all the way back up to stand, hands towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hands to heart center. We'll breathe in, bringing the arms up overhead. We're going to take the left hand and grab the right wrist, and we're going to come into a side bend on the left side, pulling the right arm over towards the left. And then we'll come all the way back up through center, releasing the right wrist, and then taking the right hand and grabbing the left wrist. And then we'll come over towards the right side. We'll come all the way back up through center, releasing the arms down. And we'll come into a mountain pose at the top of the mat, grounding down through both feet. Inhale, rise the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back into plank pose. Either coming all the way down to your belly or halfway down, coming into upward dog or cobra, and then lifting your hips up and back and coming into downward dog. Taking a moment here, pedaling out the feet if you'd like, or coming into stillness, or taking any other movements that feel good in your body. We're going to inhale and we'll roll forward into plank, initiating the roll from the toes, rounding the spine as we come forward slowly. And then as we reach the top, we'll slowly unfurl the spine, coming into a straight position. We'll drop the knees and we'll roll all the way back all into down dog. We'll do this 2 more times, coming all the way forward into plank as slow as you can and rippling the spine forward. Holding at the top for a moment and then dropping the knees and coming all the way back into a down dog. Inhale, come up onto the toes, and then slowly come all the way forward for the last time. And then slowly ripple yourself all the way back up into a down dog. Make sure that you continue to breathe throughout the entire sequence. Inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up. And then we're going to bring the right knee into the chest, rounding forward, and then placing the right foot down between the palms. Stabilizing ourselves through both feet, and then rising up into a lunge. Bringing the hands to heart center. Taking a breath or 2 here. Really grounding down into the front foot and the ball of the back foot. Coming into a deep bend in the front knee. We're going to twist ourselves and take the left elbow on the outside of the right leg, and we'll come into a twisted lunge, pushing the palms together to come into a deeper twist. If you'd like, you can open the arms up. And then we're going to rise up, either with the hands at heart center or opened up, coming into a twisted lunge with the arms open. And then we're going to take the left hand down onto the mat beside the right foot, bringing the right leg all the way back into a side plank. So you can stack your feet one on top of the other. If you needed, you can have the foot in front, or you can stack one foot in front of the other instead of on top of one another. We'll lift the back knee, the top leg up, and we'll step back and we'll open up into Wild Thing. We won't stay here long, and we'll lower all the way down to the back of the mat. We'll bring both feet so they're flat on the mat, and we'll come into a boat pose. We can have the hands just behind the knees, or we can remove the hands, we can extend the legs, whatever you can do and hold. We'll lower down, low boat, and then rise back up. Come down, low boat, rise back up. We'll do it one more time. Come down, low boat, and then rise back up. You can plant the feet down. We'll again extend the left leg long, having the right leg bent, just how we landed from the wild thing. And we're going to bring the left hand in behind, and we'll rise all the way back up into that side plank. Whatever variation works best for you. We're going to lift the knee up and slowly try, as slow as possible, bringing the foot forward. Bring the back foot down so it's parallel to the back of the mat, and we'll bring our arms up, coming into warrior two. We'll reverse the warrior by flipping the palm, bringing the right hand up as you lower the left arm down the leg. Making sure to not put too much pressure on the leg. And we're going to bring the arms forward, straightening the front leg, and then coming into a triangle pose, cocking the back hip out slightly, and we'll come all the way down. This time, instead of resting the hand on the leg or on the floor, try to hover the hand and try activating through the core to keep yourself up. We'll rise all the way back up. Take a little step forward with the back foot, and we're going to take the right hand down a little bit out to the front of the right leg, and we'll open up into a half moon. We'll bring the lifted leg or the left leg all the way back down to meet the right leg, and we'll fold in and come into a ragdoll pose. Giving ourselves a moment to reset before we move into the other side. Releasing your arms, and then we'll come all the way back up to stand, hands to the ceiling, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back into plank pose. We'll come halfway down or all the way down. And then up, upward dog or cobra. Come into your choice of a back bend. And then bring your hips up and back into downward dog. Lift the left leg up, bringing the knee into the chest, and then rounding all the way forward, and then placing the left foot in between the palms. Once we have stabilized ourselves in a lunge, we'll rise up, and then we'll take the hands to heart center. We'll come into the twisted crescent lunge. Whew. And we'll take the right elbow on the outside of the left leg. Pushing into the palms to deepen your twist. Again, like on the other side, you can open your arms up if you'd like. Or stay with your hands at heart center. That's completely okay. And then we'll rise all the way back up, keeping the twist. And then we'll come all the way back to center. We'll take the right hand down on the inside of the left leg. And we'll come into a side plank, bringing the left leg all the way back, stacking the feet, or coming into any variation you'd like. Lifting the top knee up, setting it down, coming into Wild Thing. And then lowering all the way down to a seat, facing the back of your mat. Extend the legs out long again, plant the feet down, and we'll come into a boat pose again. So this time in the boat pose, we're going to take some twists. So we'll come into the boat pose, bring the hands together at heart center, and we're going to take the elbow to each side. We'll take two more. 1, 2. And then we'll lower the feet down, extending the right leg out and bringing the left knee in a bit, bringing the right hand behind you, and then rising back up into a side plank. Taking the knee on the top, rising it up, then slowly, as slow as you can, stepping it to the front of the mat. We'll take the back foot down, parallel to the back of the mat, and windshield. Okay. Foot. And then we'll bring the arms up and open into Warrior Two. We'll reverse the warrior, flipping the palm up and bringing the left arm overhead and bringing the right arm down the back leg. Coming all the way back up as we straighten the front leg, we'll come into that triangle pose again. If you wanted to take the variation where you hover the hands, that'll be a little bit more work for the core. And we'll rise all the way back up. Take a little bit of a closer stance with the back leg, taking the left hand down in front of the foot and over to the left. As we lift the back leg up, coming into half moon. Lowering the right leg down to meet the left leg, and we'll come into another forward fold. This time, if you'd like, you can take your hands with the palm of your hand on the bottom of your foot all the way to your elbow, bending your knees as much as you need to get there. If not, you can always take another variation, but if you'd like to try this, and then you can bend your elbows and they can create a little bit more deepening of the pose. And then we're going to release each palm. And then we'll rise all the way back up to stand. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, and we'll just step back into down dog. And we're going to lift onto the balls of the feet and slowly, as slow as you can, bring your knees down at the same time to the mat. We're going to cross the shins over one another or across the feet, and then we'll slowly just roll over our shins and come all the way to a seat. We're going to take the hands so the fingertips are pointing inwards. And we're going to come in reverse tabletop. So we'll push into the feet, lifting the hips. And we'll hold. And then lower your hips all the way back down to the ground. And we're going to lower all the way down onto our backs. We're going to lift both legs so they're up towards the ceiling. We can take the hands below the lower back or the glutes. And we're going to do some scissor kicks. So we're going to slowly lower one leg down so it's hovering off the ground. And we'll hold. And then lift it back up as we lower the other leg. Hold. And then we'll do the same thing. And we'll switch. 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 We're going to slowly, progressively get a little bit faster. Switch. 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 Okay, we'll keep going like this. We'll go a little bit faster. And if you wanted to, you can bring both legs down so they don't come up quite as high and keep going. All right, now we'll let the legs come all the way down. Release the hands from the back of you. And we'll take a couple breaths here before moving into the next core exercise. So for the next one, we're going to bring our feet so they're 90 degrees to our hips. And we're going to take the hands behind the head. We're going to lift the shoulder blades and the neck up. You don't want to have, you don't want to be like holding your head up with your hands, so just placing them there. And then we'll extend the left leg long, keeping this one as 90 degrees as we can. And then we'll twist towards the bent knee. Switching the legs, keeping the shoulder blades lifted between sets. And then twisting as the opposite leg lowers. Coming back to center, other side, up, 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 other side, up. We'll take 3 more, other side, up, other side, up, other side, up, other side, up. 1 more, other side, and then the final one, and we can release everything down. Taking a moment and resetting. We're going to come into our final pose before closing out the practice. We'll lift the right leg up and cross it all the way over the left leg. And we're going to walk our hips over towards the right about 1 inch and then let the knees drop towards the left. You can have your arms open like a T or in a cactus position, whatever feels best for you. You can look over the right shoulder or you can look up towards the ceiling. And we'll come all the way back up through center. Uncrossing the leg, and then crossing the left leg over the right, walking the hips towards the left about an inch, and then letting the knees drop towards the right. We'll bring ourselves all the way back up through center, centering the hips, releasing the leg, and we'll come all the way down onto our back into Shavasana, elongating the legs out, letting the feet just follow to the side, and palms face up. If this is not a comfortable position for you, you can take any other comfortable position. You are welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like, relaxing and recalibrating. Thank you for joining me today. May the light in me honor the light in you.